Before we get into today's program, there's an important opportunity I want to share with you over these next couple of minutes. The semi-annual Big 5 Lab Bundle sale happening now through next Sunday. Taking control of your health has never been easier, and saving $1,000 in this huge semi-annual event for the Big 5 Functional Medicine Lab Bundle is a win-win. These are the exact top 5 lab tests I recommend to every new wellness client in our integrative health practice that are ready to stop the guessing and finally take a comprehensive deep dive into their overall health and well-being. Each of these labs offers a unique perspective of assessing the body and how certain underlying imbalances may be holding you back from achieving your optimal level of health and vitality. By running the Big 5 Functional Medicine lab tests, you will have the ability to actually discover what your deficiencies and toxicities are. And from there, you can then build your body back up while ridding it of toxins that are stealing your energy and performance and having you feeling less than your best. The Big 5 consists of the Minerals and Metals test, the complete Candida Metabolic and Vitamins test, the IgG Food Sensitivity test, the Omega-3 and Inflammation test, and the complete Stress, Mood, and Metabolism test. Each of these state-of-the-art labs were specifically chosen for ease of use. That means I can mail these labs directly to you and they can be completed by you right at home. And that translates to better compliance, faster results, and happier, healthier clients. Plus, included in this big money-saving package, you'll receive a coaching call with a certified integrative health practitioner to review your lab results. This is the time of year that I personally run my own Big 5 labs to stay on track with my energy and performance. It's time to stop guessing and finally take back control of your health and body. This opportunity for big savings on the Big 5 won't happen again until next year, so get started with the link in the show notes before the offer expires. Now enjoy the show. Today we'll be unveiling the toxic truth. Is your healthy diet harming you? We're going to challenge the conventional view of produce and pesticides from an integrative health perspective by taking a bite into the controversy of pesticides and your body. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about clean eating as we dive deep into the heated debate surrounding pesticide-laden produce and explore both sides of the integrative health spectrum to uncover the real impact on your well-being. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? As a certified integrative health practitioner and consulting hypnotist, I'm widely considered a leader for naturally improving energy and performance as I've coached world-renowned entrepreneurs and athletes to higher performance health and unstoppable confidence. Here you'll find no wasted time as we distill my unique blend of functional medicine, ancient wisdom, and subconscious reprogramming into actionable steps to create ultra-healthy and laser-focused super achievers. If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you. Because today, you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. Yes, I'm so grateful for you listening and supporting the podcast and simply being here with me right now at this very moment. I appreciate you. Welcome to another Healthy Thursday episode of the Breaking Boundaries podcast for entrepreneurs. This is episode 12. And of course, you'll want to stay till the end when we bring it all together on how to avoid failure and reach your next level of success by transforming your mind, your body, and business with integrative health. And for all the show notes and links, visit jeffreymort.com and click on the podcast button. So today, you're going to discover some of the top reasons why entrepreneurs struggle with ongoing health issues. And the next 8 Healthy Thursday episodes, including this one, are going to be a breakdown of what we discussed in a previous episode, which was the de-stress protocol. De-stress is the acronym for diet, for exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, the science-backed supplements, and of course, success mindset. And today we're diving deep into diet. And today it's all about diet, but I had intentions on going a different direction today. I've so much to offer on the topic of diet, but I felt this is the best place to begin. So let's begin with discussing, and this is something that I share with all of my new clients right out of the gate, and that's what led me to begin in this place. But the EWG Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 shopping list, and I'm going to link that up in today's program so you can find that download in the show notes. Well, first, who is the EWG? What does that stand for? Well, EWG stands for the Environmental Working Group, and their mission is to empower people to live healthier lives in a healthier environment. They are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, and they're dedicated to protecting human health and the environment as well. So you might be wondering, what is the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 all about? Well, if you've never heard of it before, the Dirty Dozen is a list of 12 fruits and vegetables, which I highly recommend you're eating at least 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day, 7 to 9 cups. And these are the fruits and vegetables that are most likely to have high levels of pesticide residue, and they're best to buy organic or, even after being washed or peeled. And I'll get into why that is in a little bit. Now, the Clean 15 list, it lists the 15 fruits and vegetables that are least likely to have pesticide residue. And you can also save money and buy these non-organic if you choose to do that. But the EWG, they publish this list annually, usually comes out somewhere around spring or at least the first quarter of each year, and they update it through their testing that they've done the previous year. Now, from year to year, there's usually a lot of the same fruits and vegetables on the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list, and today we're going to go over those right now. So in 2023, the Dirty Dozen list, here's the 12 foods with the highest level of pesticides that you may or may not believe are healthy foods. Strawberries comes in at the top of the list, and these are listed in the order of the most to the least for the first 12 that they tested, or out of the hundreds of foods that they tested. Strawberries usually ranks at the top. I will never purchase strawberries at the supermarket if they're not organic. I typically won't buy strawberries from a farmer's market unless I know the farmer and that they are not using pesticides and other chemicals that we're going to get into a little later on in this program. Number 2 on the Dirty Dozen is spinach. Now, you might be putting spinach in your smoothie or having it in your salad, but if it's non-organic, you're eating pesticides, my friend, and you're doing some damage to your health. So let me run through the rest of these and see if you consider these to be healthy foods. Kale, collard and mustard greens, peaches, pears, nectarines, apples, and I'll talk more about that in 1 minute, grapes, bell and hot peppers, cherries, and this year blueberries made the list, and we'll talk about that. So back to apples for 1 minute. I live in central Massachusetts. I live in New England, and there's the folklore of Johnny Appleseed because there's apple orchards everywhere, especially in Massachusetts. And I live within walking distance of one of the biggest apple orchards in Massachusetts, and I will not buy apples from them because they're non-organic apples, and I don't know if they're using pesticides or not. So I choose to spend the extra money, and I buy my apples at the grocery store organically. And cherries is another one I want to mention. Cherries have been, in my experience, difficult to find organic. So I love cherries. They're a super power food, full of great nutrients. Anything that's brightly colored like a cherry, like if you cut into a cherry and you get the juice on a shirt or something, it's going to stain. So those have powerful antioxidants in them. But if they are non-organic, then they also have pesticides in them, and we don't want that. And then blueberries, even if they are wild blueberries, they certainly could have pesticides in them unless they are sold as organic. And that's a bummer for me because at least 5 days out of the 7 days a week, I'm making a Purple Crush smoothie, and it's one of my favorites. And because I'm getting the powerful antioxidants and vitamins and micronutrients out of the blueberries as a smoothie, and we'll do an episode specifically on why I do smoothies for breakfast. But blueberries, the cost of smoothies just went up, and now I'm buying organic blueberries because they contain, less toxins in them, less pesticides. However, it is blueberry season right here where I'm living, and I've been picking about a quart of blueberries every single day and putting them in the freezer. So I'm blessed to have that opportunity. And they are the cleanest blueberries we can find because I know they're not sprayed by anything. Now, the Clean 15 for 2023. These are the 15 foods that tested with the least amount of pesticides. So these are the foods that you can actually buy non-organic if cost is a factor at the supermarket. And here we go with the Clean 15 list. Avocados, sweet corn, as long as that corn is non-GMO. Very, very important. Sweet corn, pineapple, onions, papaya, sweet peas, typically frozen, asparagus, honeydew melon, kiwi, cabbage, and mushrooms round out the Clean 15 for 2023. So that list there, you can purchase those being non-organic and have safe levels of pesticides in them, or safe levels according to the Environmental Working Group. And again, you can download that Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen document right here on the show notes. So there are so many environmental toxins today. There's over 170,000 environmental toxins, but let's get really specific. I want to talk about a powerful toxin in your food, which is called glyphosate. And you've probably heard all the controversy about glyphosate, so I'd be remiss if I didn't include that, at least in this episode, and do other episodes on it. Glyphosate toxicity has been linked to so many long-term health issues, including weight gain, brain fog, bloating, blood sugar imbalance, low energy, and so many more. Glyphosate has also been shown to decrease beneficial bacteria in the gut and allow more toxic strains to overgrow, creating a problematic imbalance. So glyphosate is one of the world's most widely produced herbicides, and that's controversial as well, whether it's a pesticide or an herbicide, that is used in more than 700 products from agriculture and forestry to home use. And it was first introduced in the 1970s to kill weeds. Its usage has increased substantially since the development of genetically modified GMO foods, such as non-organic wheat, oats, beans, chickpeas, and soybeans. So prior to GMO-based foods, glyphosate had been sprayed, or had to be sprayed manually to avoid killing other crops. But with the introduction of genetically modified foods, however, glyphosate started being sprayed broadly, killing everything except for the GMO glyphosate-resistant foods. What did they do to these foods to genetically modify them so that they would be resistant to this poison? You have to wonder that. So, and this glyphosate gets seeped down into the water supply. So not only is it on your food, but it's growing in your food because it's in the soil and it's growing up in. So there's no washing this stuff off. And then to further make things complex, it's draining down into the water supplies. The livestock are drinking it. It's affecting especially the honeybee population. And today, more than 90% of corn and soy are genetically modified. Just a little fun fact there. So the World Health Organization, the WHO, is another fantastic organization looking after the health of the world. They have declared glyphosate as a likely carcinogen, with recent studies, and we'll talk about studies, showing significant associations between the ingestion of glyphosate and or GMO foods in a variety of diseases. So I want to bring you a study here, and I'll be quick about this because I want to stay in integrity with trying to keep these podcasts to a consumable length, so 20 minutes, and so I won't talk about that anymore. We're going to move right into to this study, and this study was published in the International Journal of Molecular Science, the IJMS, very well-known study, and you can find this on PubMed. And the National Institute for Health is where I discovered this. And glyphosate, a non-selective systemic biocide with broad-spectrum activity, is the most widely used herbicide in the world. It can persist in the environment for days or months, and its intensive and large-scale use can constitute major environmental health problems. In this systematic review, we investigate the current state of our knowledge related to the effects of this pesticide on the nervous system of various animal species and humans. The information provided indicates that exposure to glyphosate or its commercial formulations induces several neurotoxic effects. It has been shown that exposure to this pesticide, now there we go, it's been called a pesticide, and then earlier it was referred to as an herbicide, during the early stages of life can seriously affect normal cell development by deregulating some of the signaling pathways involved in this process, leading to alterations in differentiation, neuronal growth, and myelination. Glyphosate also seems to exert a significant toxic effect on neurotransmission, that is, your body's ability to electrically, chemically communicate within the cells of itself, and to induce oxidative stresses. Oxidative stress, as you may or may not know, causes free radicals. Free radicals cause damage within the body, rapid aging, and all kinds of other health issues. So neuroinflammation, going on here with the list. We talked about neurotransmission, oxidative stress, also neuroinflammation, so that's inflammation of the brain, and mitochondrial dysfunction, so there's energy problems, processes that lead to neuronal death due to autophagy, necrosis, and apoptosis, as well as the appearance of behavioral and motor disorders. So this could lead to things such as Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. The doses of glyphosate that produce these neurotoxic effects vary widely, but are lower than the limits set by regulatory agencies. Very, very important sentence right there. Although there are important discrepancies between the analyzed findings, it is unequivocal that exposure to glyphosate produces important alterations in the structure and function of the nervous system of humans, rodents, fish, and invertebrates. Now, I know that was a lot, and I know that you're concerned about your health, and you're beginning to see how this can be a boundary. So, it comes down to the old adage, you are what you eat. And as you just learned, research demonstrates that all living things are composed of molecules in the body that outside influences can have an effect on. And these molecules, such as proteins, nucleic acids, carbohydrates, and lipids. Glyphosate is an acid molecule, and it's formulated as a salt for ease of packaging and handling, and that makes it easily absorbed into your cells. Now, in addition to that, evolution is a really slow process. We cannot adapt to this at any level before the damage actually occurs. So why is it allowed? Why is this allowed to be sprayed if it's so damaging to the body? Well, in my honest opinion, and this is just my own personal honest opinion, the FDA is still stuck, or possibly financially influenced, on the position that a little today won't kill you, so it's okay to eat poison. But what about a little bit every single day? A little bit in your body every single day on your food, from eating what you think is healthy or unhealthy. Keep in mind, if it's sprayed on corn and wheat and oats and you're eating processed food, you're getting the glyphosate as well. I mean, if you're eating or feeding your children things like Cheerios and Lucky Charms for breakfast, that's made with oats, genetically modified, and also has these pesticides and herbicides in them. And these build up a little bit every single day, build up pressure in your toxin tank. So, I'm not here to instill fear. I'm not here to, spread bad news about companies and FDA and businesses and things like that. So let's discuss what we can do about it. So first, I want to give you my disclaimer, because I've mentioned diseases and illnesses and things like that, and I'm not here to bring you medical advice. That is for your medical doctor to do. I don't provide any diagnoses, any treatment plans, no cures to any disease. But what I do as an integrative health practitioner is I can give you the tools and support to discover your underlying root causes. I can help you to remove the toxicities, replace the deficiencies. I can help you to get well, lose weight, have more energy and performance for life. So now that that's out of the way, I want to give you the plan. The plan here is, it goes back to the plan that I've given in previous episodes. Typically, when I'm doing the Mind Your Monday episodes and we're talking about brain science and neuroscience, I've given you the AIR technique, the AIR technique, and that's awareness, interrupt, and reprogram. So how can we apply that here? Well, awareness in the choices that you make. Life is all about choice. You are a choice-making machine all day, every single day. And the choices that you make are going to set you up for success or lead you to failure. The interrupt part of it is interrupt the old patterns that do not serve you. And that's, what do you shop for when you're going to the grocery store? Would it be that difficult to say, download the Clean 15 Dirty Dozen PDF from this episode, screenshot that on your phone, and when you go grocery shopping, now you're able to pull that up and say, what kind of vegetables am I going to buy that are organic? And what types of fruits and vegetables can I buy that are non-organic? And then reprogram, because life is about your habits. You don't get what you want in life. You get your habits. So if you establish some healthy habits in your life, that's going to reprogram those neural networks in your brain that you're making these choices to sustain these neural networks by not feeding them poison by way of glyphosate and, toxic foods. And that's going to sustain that. So now when you're having awareness, you're making better choices, you're interrupting those old patterns that don't serve you, you are essentially reprogramming healthy habits into your life. So as I always like to give a call to action in these episodes, I'm going to give you a 5-point call to action here. Point number 1, download the free Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list in today's show notes and use it. And when you're using it, you're actually voting with your dollars now, and you're saving money on your future medical bills. That is a win-win. And you're voting with your dollars because you're stopping the purchase of the food that is laden with this chemical that they're putting out there. So if everybody stopped buying that food, everybody, and I don't like to generalize, but if everybody conceptually stopped buying the food produced with glyphosate, then those food farmers, manufacturers, whatever, are not going to be buying that glyphosate anymore because nobody's buying their food. So vote with your dollars. Step number 2, take the free toxicity assessment on our website. No email required. You can run through these, I think it's maybe 20 questions on there for a toxicity assessment, see where you score. The link up for that will be in the show notes. So take your free toxicity assessment. It is at loveenergywellness.com, and it's at the top of every single page. You can find it there. Step number 3, let's get really specific here. Through state-of-the-art functional medicine lab testing, this is state-of-the-art science now, you can understand whether accumulated exposure to glyphosate is a possible underlying cause to your health challenges with a simple at-home test. This glyphosate at-home lab test, it's done simply with a urine sample, and we'll put the link in the show notes. I can link up to the lab tests today. And if you want to book your free consultation with me, I can get you this lab test for 50% off. If you book your free consult with me, we can order that together at 50% off. Point number 4, what do you do when you find out that you have high levels of glyphosate? Back to point number 3, I want to say that in the show notes, I will link up a sample report so you can see what this report looks like for your lab test that you're going to get. So point number 4, 21-day functional medicine detox is the way that we get these toxins out of the body, the way that we do the 2 things that are going to help us get well and reverse the 2 problems that got us there in the first place. And that's remove toxicities and replace deficiencies. That is what the 21-day functional medicine detox does. You can learn more about that at loveenergywellness.com/transform. And I cannot link that up, but that's on our programs page as well at Love Energy Wellness website. And that's listed as the Total Body and Mind Reset, our functional medicine detox. I do this detox every 90 days. I'll do a 7-day. Once a year, I'll do the 21-day. But if you've never done one, I highly recommend the 21-day functional medicine detox. Learn more about it over there at our webpage. And then point number 5, you can do daily detox every single day with a functional medicine detox supplement. You can check that out at loveenergywellness.com/shop and then search for daily detox and you'll find that there. Unfortunately, regulations do not allow me to link up supplements and protocols when I am speaking directly about diseases and things of that nature. But we will do a program episodes on exactly what a functional medicine detox is, where it comes from, how it works, and what it can do for you in a future episode. So there's your 5-point plan for today's episode. Download the Dirty Dozen Clean 15. Take the toxicity assessment is number 2. Number 3 is check out the at-home functional medicine lab test specifically for glyphosate toxicity. Number 4, you can do a 21-day functional medicine detox either on your own or with us in our community coming up very shortly. And then number 5, you can do some daily detox as well. So as you already know, I'm here to help you to avoid failure, avoid losing energy and performance, avoid that cognitive decline. I'm helping you avoid cellular destruction in your body, and I'm helping you to avoid reaching the point of no return in poor health, because there's a point that we would get to where it just makes the work so much harder. So, would you rather find out now, or would you rather wait until it's too late? So, rather than talking about failure, I want to hear your success story. I want you to imagine life without those boundaries. I want you to imagine having more energy. I want to hear about your better health. I want to hear about your higher performance in life and in business, because I'm here to help you achieve that success. So your 3 key takeaways today from today's episode. Life is choice, number 1. All of your decisions today will define your tomorrow. Key takeaway number 2. You'll have the personal power. You have it. You have the personal power to take control of your health starting right now. Starting now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Right now, using integrative health. And by now, point number 3, you've realized that I am 100% committed to your success. You might be wondering how you can learn more about at-home functional medicine lab testing and things like the de-stress protocol. You can schedule your complimentary consultation right now in the show notes today, and that's where we can talk about getting you that glyphosate toxicity lab for 50% off. I'm so grateful for you joining me here today, and if you're curious on how you can reciprocate with me for these educational and transformational episodes of the Breaking Boundaries podcast for entrepreneurs, please share it, and please go to your favorite podcast platform, wherever you're listening right now, and leave us a review so that you can help me to help more people. We'll see you next time when I help you to break more boundaries. Bye-bye, everybody. Before we say goodbye, you may not have realized it, but you can get free daily access to our thriving Love Energy Wellness community and support group, where you'll join health-conscious entrepreneurs just like you. I know you're concerned about your health, energy, and performance. That's why I personally answer your questions daily, invite you to our weekly live calls, and share pro wellness tips for energy and performance, and exclusive offers just for our community members. This is also your support hub when we gather every 90 days for a total body and mind reset, also known as the world-renowned Dr. Cabral Functional Medicine Detox Protocol. You're going to love the way you feel every time. So if you're the kind of entrepreneur that values your health as your greatest asset, naturally you'll want to join, and invite your friends, your family, and your colleagues to our community where you'll feel loved, supported, seen, and heard. Visit loveenergywellness.com to join the community, or the link is also right here in today's show notes. I'll see you soon.